everybody? Welcome to the Comic Gamer Movie Show. My name is Deshaun, and today I'm here to review the teaser trailer for Agatha All Along. Now, this came out on Monday. It was rumored to come out on Monday. Honest to God, between this trailer and the Captain America trailer that's rumored to come out tomorrow, it makes me wonder, like, what the fuck are they showing at Comic-Con? Maybe Comic-Con really is going to be about announcing the future if they're showing these two trailers, because I kind of figured they would show these two trailers. I kind of figured they'd have a trailer for the Thunderbolts and maybe some other few things, but honestly, these were the two trailers that I thought for sure were gonna happen. So if they're releasing these trailers in 1 week, then I'm not sure what the fuck's happening at Comic-Con, but I digress. Agatha All Along. Now, I've been looking much forward to this show. I love WandaVision. I think that WandaVision is one of the most creative things Marvel Studios has ever done. Actually, I think it's the most creative thing Marvel Studios has ever done. It's one of the best projects post-Endgame ever made. It's one of the few... I mean, that show was such an artistic, like, daring decision-making. I mean, that show showed balls. I mean, the balls to have two of your two characters from the MCU, two characters who have been in the biggest films in almost all of Hollywood, some of the biggest films in Hollywood, be in these weird sitcom episodes where they commit to the sitcoms and they commit to the tropes of the sitcoms while telling this story about grief and loss, and like WandaVision was amazing. Sure, we can kind of riff on how it ended. Didn't end on the strongest of notes as the rest of the show was, but still, WandaVision was awesome. I loved it. I thought it was amazing. The performances from Paul Bettany. There were three performances in that show that stood out, head and shoulders above all. Number one, obviously, Elizabeth Olsen as Wanda. She stood out amazingly. She like kind of almost gave Wanda so much more dimensions and made that character even juicier. Paul Bettany as Vision. It was cool seeing him in these roles, and honestly, like, Paul Bettany earned himself at least one shot at a sitcom, because he really pulled that sitcom thing off. In every decade, he pulled it off. But number 3 on that list was Kathryn Hahn's Agatha Harkness. Kathryn Hahn was amazing in that show. It was one of those things where it's like, she was so good that you kind of wanted to see that character more. And like, she was so good that everyone was happy that she didn't die at the end of WandaVision. Everyone was like, cool, we can come back to this. But Kathryn Hahn was so amazing. She was so great. Agatha All Along was such a huge hit song. People forget. It's easy to forget now. It's been years now. But Agatha All Along was a hit single. Like, that song was like actually a hit. Not just like a hit for Marvel, like an actual hit song. Look up on YouTube. That fucking song's got like 500 million views or some shit. The song was huge. The character was fun. She was this interesting play on the classic Wicked Witch tropes. And there was something very classic about her origins. And we kind of, us Marvel fans, we know who Agatha is. We know her history in Marvel. She has a long history in Marvel with both Scarlet Witch and Mephisto. And she has a very lengthy history. She's been around a lot. Honestly, like, her last appearance was in, ironically, what was it? The Midnight Suns game. She's in it as a ghost. So, like, Agatha Harkness has a long storied history in Marvel. This isn't just some random ass character, okay? This isn't just some, oh, they took this character that had like one chapter in a book. No. Agatha Harkness is a very well-known character. I'd probably say she's about as well-known, like, I would equate her to like Jonah Jameson or Perry White, or I'm trying to think, or Jimmy Olsen. Like, these characters that are like, they've never been in the spotlight, but they've been around in the comic. You know what I mean? They've been in the comic. They got stories. You know about them because they're always around. You know, ain't nothing supernatural that goes on in Marvel where Agatha Harkness isn't in the area code. You know what I mean? So she did an amazing job as Agatha. So when it was announced that they were going to do a spin-off series, well, it's gone through many different names, but it landed on Agatha. It was Agatha All Along. When they announced the spin-off series, there was like, the reaction to this is so weird to me. Because we all agreed she was great in WandaVision. We all were like, we love this character. You would want more of this character. Marvel went, oh God, you guys love this character. You want more of this character. Well, you know, and the thing about it is, about Agatha, is they kept her backstory very mysterious. We only saw a glimpse of her origin stories, so we really don't know. And they really play up the witchcraft aspect, and they've already kind of started delving in that in Marvel, especially with Werewolf by Night and some of the things in Doctor Strange. They've already kind of started touching the more supernatural aspects, and you imagine they're gonna touch it even more in Blade and whatnot. But the thing about it is, Agatha was such an interesting character. Kathryn Hahn has been an amazing actress for years. I love Kathryn Hahn, from Step Brothers to, like, I mean, just so many things. Well, a lot of Will Ferrell stuff, actually. But Kathryn Hahn has been around for so long. She's done so many fun projects. She's been so fun in so many projects. And to see her get her shine, right? To see her find, like, that's always my hope. I'm not even front with you. Every time there's an actor in Hollywood who's, like, on the come up, or they just haven't gotten that big role yet, I always hope that they find an MCU role. Because I always hope that, because I'm like, you know what, it could blow up for you. Just look at Simu Liu, man. I saw Simu Liu in Kim's Convenience, and I was like, oh my god, I love Simu Liu. And then he was announced as Shang-Chi, and I was like, yes, this dude deserves this. That's how I feel about Kathryn Hahn and Agatha. I'm like, she fucking deserves a character this big to show her talents. And Agatha was so fun. So that's why it threw me off. There's so much reactions to this being announced were like mixed. I was like, what? Like, they're gonna lean into the dark comedy Beetlejuice style? I'm down with that. So Agatha wraps up, and we know it's wrapped up, and they released the trailer on Monday. And what did I think about the trailer? I thought the trailer was good, but problem with the trailer is it's a teaser, so you don't really get too much. There isn't too much. The main, the problem with the trailer is the music. They probably could have picked a better song, a more I felt like they should have had a more uplifting song, a more because what was shown and the music were like totally different. Like, the music was dramatic, but what was shown was more of like I said, more of that Beetlejuice-esque dark comedy, what they're gonna go with, which is what they're gonna do. It's kind of been confirmed how they're gonna go with this. There are sequences in WandaVision that are just creepy, that are dark comedy creepy, that's creepy, what's happening, the plane turning red, sequences like that. But they're gonna make the whole show like that. It's a whole show of just this dark, twisted comedy, and it seems like the main premise of this show will be Agatha finding her powers, because Scarlet Witch apparently just took her powers, just straight up took them away from her. She can't have she took her magical powers away from her. But apparently some other witches find Agatha still in the town, because she's still stuck in TV land, apparently. Because even the trailer starts with her in a police procedural, and it's like she's still stuck in this TV world that Wanda placed her in, even though they suggest Wanda is dead. More on that at the end, more on that a little bit later. But in that, this witch, played by Aubrey Plaza, which is awesome to see Aubrey Plaza playing a witch in the MCU. That's gonna be cool. Also, this show is gonna do so much expanding for the more darker supernatural stuff. That's the most exciting thing about this trailer and about this show, even this existence of this show. Also, it's coming out in September. It is gonna expand so much of the supernatural side of Marvel, to see the witchcraft and see maybe monsters and zombies, and there's a little bit of Evil Dead in this. I see the material they're taking from making this. It already looks different than any other Marvel show, because they are obviously taken from Evil Dead and Beetlejuice in terms of the dark comedy aspect, and there's a lot of practical stuff that you can already tell that there's gonna be a lot of practical stuff in this show. And I think they said something about it. I want to say in an interview, the director was talking about how most of this, she was 80% of this is practical. It's 25% of this is CGI, but 85% of this show is practical. Because like I said, they're going for a more old school horror comedy vibe, and I can already see that in the trailer. The music choice was a little bit but hopefully when they release the real trailer, they can change that music, because that needs to be a little bit more upbeat than whatever song they pick there. But like I said, I love what they're bringing into this. Also, apparently it's gonna be a gathering of witches, and she's gonna create a coven. Agatha's gonna create a coven, and clearly it's all to get her powers back. But really, what this whole show is leading to is something that I feel like we all know it's leading to, which is the return of Wanda Maximoff. I don't believe Wanda's dead, Because they try to insinuate that Wanda was so powerful that even when she's dead, even though she's dead, her spell still persisted. No. I think her spell still persisting is the sign she ain't dead. And I'm about 88% sure. Fuck that. I'm gonna bet. I'm gonna bet on the money. I'm putting money on the table. By the end of this show, Wanda Maximoff will show up. There's already rumors about them wanting to do a Scarlet Witch movie. So I bet money that by the end of this, Wanda Maximoff shows up. It feels like, because like that's what they start off with. I'm like, it feels like that's the direction we're going here. Wanda Maximoff will return. And at the end of the show, like Agatha's gonna be all whatever, and then Wanda's gonna show up. I'm telling you boys, that's what's gonna happen. I got the feeling. I'm very excited about the possibilities of this show. You know what I mean? I'm just like, because we've wanted this supernatural aspect shit for so long, I can't wait to see it. Also, so when Captain America, when the trailer for that comes out tomorrow, which I'm expecting it to come out tomorrow, I'm gonna review that shit too. Anyway, thank you guys for joining the Conquer Movie Show. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Goodbye.